Wow, Julia, you're truly a pathetic sight. Getting married? At your age? Seriously? Who on earth would do desperate enough to choose you as your wife?
What's up with you? You're my sister. Shouldn't you be happy that I'm finally settling down?
Oh, please. Happy? Are you joking right now? More like drowning in shame. It's unbelievable that I have a sister who's so utterly useless and unwanted that she's been alone for practically her entire life. Honestly, I can't even fathom that we share any biological connection. If anyone saw us walking together, they'd assume you're nothing more than my personal servant or something.
Why would you say something so cruel to me? From what I know, I haven't done anything to offend you in any way.
You know what? I highly doubt having kids is even possible at your age. Marrying you is like marrying a piece of driftwood or something equally useless. Now spill the beans. What's your real motive here? Why did you choose this exact moment to announce your wedding? Huh? Is it because you want to steal all of my spotlight? You know damn well that I'm gonna have my wedding on the very same day as yours.
Wait, hold on a second. When did you mention that to me? I mean, I knew you were getting married, but on the same day as my wedding? That's news to me. I haven't heard anything about it before.
Oh, please. Why should I bother telling you? Do you honestly think you're so important that everyone has to inform you about their schedules? Get real. Listen up. I've made up my own mind, all right? I've decided to have my dream wedding on the exact same day as yours. Let's see if anyone even bothers to show up to your pathetic little event. Trust me, I'll make sure everyone forgets about it in no time.
Honestly, it feels like you're turning this into some kind of competition between us or whatever. But if that's what you want, go ahead and have it your way. I honestly couldn't care less.
Do you even know what that means? No one is going to show up at your wedding, you old hag. Our family and friends will all be flocking to my wedding ceremony, not yours. Just picture how utterly pathetic it'll be to see no one attending your wedding. But hey, don't blame me. I'm just trying to save you from the trouble and embarrassment. Let's face it, who in the right mind would be thrilled to witness a living fossil wearing a wedding dress? You're nothing but a joke to every woman out there.
Hey, I honestly had no clue that you were planning your wedding on the same day as mine. But you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe you did bring it up at some point, and I just didn't pay much attention. I guess a part of me just didn't really care either way. Anyway, congratulations to you, I suppose. And to the poor soul who decided to tie his life to yours forever. May they have all the luck they'll need.
Oh, look who's feeling jealous over here. You do know who my husband is, right? It's Jim, the director of a worldwide famous bank branch. And guess what? That means he's loaded with cash. Now let's talk about you, old hag. I bet whoever ended up marrying you only did not out of sheer pity. Let's be real. The only reason he's marrying you is because he wants someone to clean the house while he's busy at work. Here's a reality check. You're just a bitter leftover who nobody would ever want. Gosh, I can even imagine how terrifying it must be to get old. Once you're past your prime, you're basically considered useless.
Seriously? I never thought I'd have someone throwing all this at me when I'm just 30 years old. I mean, there are plenty of women who get married at my age, and it's not a big deal at all. But hey, let's talk about you for a second. Do you think it might be too early for you to be tying the knot? I mean, you're only 20, right? Why do you feel the need to get married at such a young age?
Oh, give me a break. I bet you're seething with jealousy because I'm getting married at such a young age, aren't you? You must be dying to be youthful and gorgeous like me, huh? Let's face it, you're like a fossil compared to me, a whole century older and beyond unwanted. Do you need a wheelchair or walking cane just to stumble down the aisle? Oh, and I can help but imagine you fumbling with a hearing aid to catch a word of what they say during the wedding sermon. Pathetic doesn't even begin to cover it.
What planet are you residing on? Because in my world, there's quite a significant difference between 10 years and a whole century. But hey, I shouldn't be surprised. It's not like someone with the intellectual capacity of a mere 10 functioning brain cells like yourself could grasp such basic logic, right?
Hey, I know you're angry at me, but that doesn't give you the right to feel envious of your cute sister who happens to be young and sweet. If you keep throwing a tantrum at me, it just goes to show how small minded and spiteful you truly are. Keep on with your petty behavior. I'm not impressed.
Wow. I must admit, I've never come across someone who labels themselves as cute and yet acts the way you do towards others. Anyway, congrats on your upcoming marriage, I suppose. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get going and start preparing for my own wedding. There's a lot to consider and plan, you know?
Oh, seriously, Julia? Have you no shame? Even after I clearly informed you that I'll be hosting my wedding on the exact same day as yours, you still have the audacity to go ahead with your laughable ceremony? For goodness sake, just cancel it already. It's painfully obvious that no one is going to show up, right? Save yourself the embarrassment and call it off.
Who do you think you are? Trying to dictate what I should or shouldn't do with my own wedding? Whatever nonsense you're about to spout, I'm just gonna proceed with my plans, no matter what.
Oh, didn't you get the memo? I'm just sharing these pearls of wisdom out of this genuine concern of you. Believe it or not, I simply can't bear the thought of witnessing you make a fool of yourself. And here's a little bonus for you. Even if you decide to cancel your own pathetic excuse for a wedding, you can forget about attending mine. Got it? You, a pathetic 30-year-old relic, infiltrating my glorious ceremony? I think not.
So, let me get this straight. Are you saying that anyone who's 30 years old or older is banned from attending your wedding? What about our parents and relatives? Are they also not permitted to be there on your wedding?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all, you clueless fool. That rule only applies to you, my pathetic old sister. Of course, our parents will be present at my wedding, no doubt about it. Oh, and here's a little tidbit that will probably make you green with envy. My future husband is disgustingly wealthy. He effortlessly gifted me a diamond necklace on my birthday. See how brilliant I am? Instead of wasting 4 years of my life in college and ending up as a lowly office drone, I chose the easy way out by snagging a rich guy and marrying him. Life's so much simpler when you've got money.
You know what? It's pretty funny seeing you bring up that same old brag about your future hubby's riches again. Got some memory hiccups going on? Or maybe your brain's just having a wacky moment? Oh my. It's truly disheartening to witness such memory rolls at such a young age. Do you really think you'll be able to remember your own wedding vows? Let alone keep up with the demands of married life? Bless your forgetful little heart.
Did I mention my husband's wealth before? Well, that's just me refreshing your feeble mind once again, since it seemed to have conveniently forgotten. You know what they say, right? The important stuff needs repeating at least twice. It's like a golden rule.
Whatever you say, Quinn. Look, I've got a bunch of wedding stuff to handle, so I'll catch you later, okay? Gotta hustle and get those reservations sorted. Take care.
Hey, Julia, check it out. I took the extra step and canceled all your wedding arrangements for you. Pretty slick move, huh? No need to thank me, old lady. Just doing my thing and saving the day.
Wait, what? Why did you go and do that? Who do you think you are?
So, your big wedding is supposed to be tomorrow, huh? Well, hate to break it to you, but guess what? I've gone ahead and canceled the whole thing for you. Aren't I the best sister ever? I can already see you on your knees, ready to worship me for all the incredible things I've done. But hey, let's skip the fancy gestures. After all, we're just sisters, right? Sisters are always there to mess things up for each other.
I can't believe you actually had the audacity to go ahead and cancel my wedding. Seriously, what were you thinking? Who gave you the right to interfere with such an important and personal event in my life? You had absolutely no business doing that.
Oh, whoopsie, my bad. But guess what? I already went ahead and did it. Oops, not so sorry at all. And guess what else? I took the liberty of personally calling each and every person on your guest list to let them know that your wedding is off. Isn't that just priceless? Come on now, can't you see how generous I'm being? I'm actually saving you and your pathetic fiancé from stumbling into a disaster of a marriage. You should be thanking me, really.
You surely don't know when to quit, do you?
Let's face it, you're just unwanted, a sad little leftover gathering dust on the shelf. Nobody in their right mind would want to marry a blabbering 30-year-old hag like you. With all your excessive chit-chat and emotional baggage, it's the harsh truth. But hey, someone had to say it.
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't care less about what you have to say anymore. It's all good. Go ahead and do whatever floats your boat. If that's what makes you happy, knock yourself out. I'm done wasting my energy on this.
Thanks, and seriously, please, 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 don't come to my wedding, okay? Pinky promise me? Oh, I can already sense the jealousy oozing from you. But if you're looking for someone to blame, look no further than your own sorry self. The fact that you're old and saggy and you missed your chance to get married to someone. One day, when you finally come to your senses, you'll be thanking me endlessly for graciously stepping in and canceling your wedding on your behalf. Trust me, it's a favor you'll appreciate in the long run. Wait, hold up, Julia. What the heck is happening? Why in the world are you still going ahead with your wedding today? I thought you'll be curled up in some dark corner, bawling your eyes out by now. Spill the beans. What's going on?
What are you talking about, Quinn? My wedding is going down today, so you better believe it's gonna go as planned. No way it's not happening.
But I distinctively remember canceling all your wedding stuff for you. So how the hell are you still throwing a wedding bash? It just doesn't add up. It's straight up baffling.
Quinn, you're killing me with your wild imagination. Do you seriously think some random girl can call up the wedding planners and be like, cancel the wedding? And they're just gonna believe her? No way. Obviously, the agency would reach out to me first since I'm the one who booked and paid for everything. They ain't falling for that nonsense. It's common sense, you know?
What the heck? This is unbelievable. My grand plan was supposed to be a massive success, not a colossal failure like this. Julia, you conniving woman. How dare you pull this stunt on me? Why did you deceive me like that? I thought everything was going perfectly for me. And now, look at the mess I'm in.
I appreciate the entertainment, really. You almost had me there. Or maybe not. Thanks for the good laugh, though.
Whoa, you sly snake. You really think you've got the upper hand, huh? Well, think again. Remember what I did? I hit up every single person on your guest list, telling them the wedding's off. So, obviously, not a soul is gonna show up at your so-called wedding. I must admit, it's pretty genius in my part, don't you think? I bet your venue is as empty as a ghost town by now. Epic fail.
Aw, look at you. Quinn, the superstar of patience. I must applaud you for going through the trouble of reaching out to every single person on the wedding guest list. Bravo! You truly deserve a shiny gold medal for all that hard work and dedication. But here's the kicker, my foolish little sister. It wasn't even my wedding guest list you were busy with. Nope, it was yours all along. Surprise, surprise! Talk about a massive backfire, huh? You really stepped in it this time.
Wait, what? It was my wedding guest list? No way! How is that even possible? You're totally kidding me, right? Come on, tell me. You're just messing with me, aren't you?
Hey, you remember that day when you were all like, hey, give me your wedding guest list? You were acting so weird, apologizing and even bribing me with cupcakes. It seems pretty strange considering how you used to be all hostile towards me. So I decided to be cautious and handed over your wedding guest list instead, just to see what you were up to. And guess what? You totally fell for my little trap, just as I expected.
Wait, hold up. Are you telling me that you deliberately handed me the wrong wedding guest list and it turned out to be my own list instead of yours? Seriously? How could you stoop so low and play such a sneaky trick on me, you conniving witch? I'm honestly appalled, utterly shocked that you could even contemplate doing something so despicable to your own flesh and blood, your own sister no less.
Hey, listen up. You're the one who was plotting to harm me in the first place, and I simply took necessary steps to defend myself. Remember what happened next? You scurried back to your room and got busy with your devious little scheme. I could even hear your evil cackle as you made those phone calls to the people on the list, gleefully announcing that the wedding was off. It was like you were relishing the joy of wrecking my life, wasn't it?
What? Were you snooping around and spying on me? If you think you can just poke your nose into my personal life and invade my privacy, think again. I won't let anyone get away with that. Consider this a warning. I'll call the police if I have to.
Well, if I were in your shoes at this very moment, I'd be more concerned about your own situation instead of making threats or calling the police. I mean, it's gotta be pretty darn lovely over there at the wedding venue, all by your lonesome, huh? Just saying.
Well, no sweat off my back. I'll just reach out to everyone on my guest list again and give them the good news that the wedding is back on track. Bam! Take that. You don't even bother trying to sabotage my special day, because your little tricks won't work. No matter what you do, I always come out on top as the ultimate champ. Game on.
Well, hate to break it to you, but this time around, you're the one taking the L. Yup, you heard me right. A total and utter loser, if you ask me. No sugarcoating it. Just calling it like I see it.
Huh? What the hell are you blabbering about, you delusional old hag? Your feeble attempts at threatening me are laughable, really. Do you honestly think it'll work? Huh, you're only succeeding in making yourself appear even dumber and more pathetic than you already are. Keep trying, loser. It's quite entertaining to watch you fail miserably.
Oh, you think I'm just trying to scare you? Nah, I'm not bluffing. As your oh so loving sister, I strongly advise you to hightail it out of that wedding venue, because guess what? Nobody's showing up. Yup, you heard it right. Your big day? Canceled. It's a done deal. Time to face the music, sis.
Huh? My wedding is canceled? Are you seriously confusing my wedding with someone else's? Oh boy, could it be that your advanced age has finally caught up with your brain? Wow, you really are a total loser, Julia. Can't even keep your facts straight. Pathetic.
Oh, Quinn, there's nothing wrong with me, but there's definitely something wrong with you. Seriously, what were you thinking? Marrying a guy who's already got a partner and a kid? That's just downright despicable. How on earth do you even manage to sleep at night? Knowing that you're single-handedly wrecking the happiness of an innocent person? It's beyond messed up, Quinn.
How do you know about that? Did you spy on me?
Well, here's the thing. My father-in-law actually works at the same bank as your boyfriend, Jim. Well, not in the same exact place, but he's well informed about the folks under him, including Jim. So, when I spilled the beans about Jim trying to tie the knot with you, it totally shocked my father-in-law. Turns out, Jim's girlfriend is the daughter of one of my father-in-law's closest buddies. Obviously, my father-in-law wouldn't want his friend's daughter to go through any unnecessary pain or drama.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me that your father-in-law and Jim work at the same bank? And Jim is actually working under him? So, if I'm getting this right, your father-in-law even holds a higher position than Jim at the bank?
Indeed. You mentioned that Jim holds a director position at that bank branch, right? It's quite a remarkable coincidence because my father-in-law, as it turns out, is the CEO of the entire bank brand. What's more, the business itself was established by his family lineage a significant time ago.
What on earth did your father-in-law do make Jim call off the wedding with me? Did he rat me out his friend's daughter or something? This is absolutely unbelievable.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it snitching. My father-in-law simply spilled the beans to his friend's daughter about what a jerk Jim truly is. Naturally, I can imagine she was beyond furious. She went off on Jim and gave him a serious reality check. After that, he had no other option but to cancel the entire wedding last minute. Now that I think about it, it's a good thing you already informed everyone on your guest list that the wedding was off. If you hadn't done that, you'd be dealing with even more embarrassment right now.
Seriously? Do you even get what you've done? You've totally wrecked my future all by yourself. Give it back, you clueless old hag. This whole disaster is completely your fault. You've completely ruined my life. Do you even realize how hard it is for someone like me to find a guy as well off as Jim? It's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Oh, look who's talking. Miss Partner Stealer over here. Anyways, I gotta bounce back to my own wedding. People are anxiously waiting for me. You know how it is. Oh, how adorable. Excuse me while I saunter off to marry my amazing husband and revel in a lifetime of wedding bliss. Feel free to make your grand decision. Either move on like a grown-up or stay right there, basking in your little pool of misery. It's entirely up to you. Enjoy!
How can you possibly have a blast at your own wedding while your poor sister is drowning in distress and misery? Come over here and lend a hand in sorting out this chaotic situation. Oh, by the way, isn't your father-in-law some big shot CEO? That means he's probably rolling in dough. Here's an idea. Let's just patch things up, okay? Forget about all the pointless misunderstandings between us and set our sights on a brighter future. We can totally go back to being one big, happy family. What do you say?
So, when you catch a whiff of some cash, you suddenly want to patch things up with me? That's just hilarious. Look, you gotta face the facts here. This whole mess is completely your doing. So, find a way to clean up your own mess. No one's gonna come running to your rescue anymore. Tough luck, sis.
Seriously? How can you be such a cold-hearted sibling, Julia? Listen, I'm begging you here. I've already packed my bags and left our parents' house. And now I'm stranded with nowhere to go. Could you pretty please with a chair and top buy me a new house? Or at least talk some sense into our parents and convince them to let me move back in. Pretty please? Julia, come on!
Upon discovering Jim's affair with my sister, his girlfriend confronted Quinn face to face, unleashing a barrage of anger and frustration. Quinn had to bear the brunt of her wrath, enduring a severe tongue lashing. Unfortunately, the news of the affair spread like wildfire within her company, leading to a chilling change in how her colleagues treated her. With no viable alternatives, Quinn made the difficult decision to flee to another town and settle for a low-paying job, barely enough to make ends meet. In contrast, after our wedding, my husband and I happily moved into a new house generously bestowed upon him by his father. It's a stunning place with a spacious yard and charming fences, perfect for future little ones to frolic around. I'm relishing each day of my life, surrounded by the people I cherish and love.